Looking for a card game that you can play with your Catholic friends that will also help you get to heaven? In this episode, we are going to be interviewing the founders of the Catholic card games. Matt and Lisa, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having us.
All right. So for those of you guys who have not known Matt and Lisa, here's a little bit about their bio. Matt and Lisa Martinusen are the co-creators of the Catholic card game. They were married in 2015 and they met in college and now live in Minnesota with their 3 children. And they are co-creators of the Catholic card game, which is a party game for Catholics that builds community and strengthens friendship. It originally launched in 2018 with a crowdfunding campaign and now has been played all over the world by laities, priests, nuns, bishops, and unconfirmedly the Pope, but I may or may not say that. So that's right. Again, thank you so much for coming on the show. Tell us a little bit about your guys' story and then how you guys led to making the Catholic card game.
Yeah, thanks for having us. So we met at JP Catholic in
John Paul the Great Catholic University.
Mm-hmm.
Easier to say JP Catholic. So we met there, and we were married 8 days after we graduated because patience is overrated, I guess.
A virtue we have not
yet mastered.
Not one of the 4 cardinals. So
yeah. So we got married right away, and so we live in Minnesota, and so the game came about. I tried launching a couple businesses in college, and they don't exist anymore. But this idea came. I saw an ad for a different version of a party game like this, and it hit me that Catholics have totally the ability to have a game that everyone would understand and really love. Well, that's what I thought, at least. So, I mean, I was awake at 4 a.m. for whatever reason, and just awake thinking of this. So I wrote down, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 ideas, and Lisa woke up and she's like, I thought of something. And so, I mean, we took months of being parents of young kids. It wasn't.
We only had 1 kid at that point.
Yeah, well, it was hard.
It felt like more.
It felt like we understand that.
Yes. Now having 3, it's like, oh, that was but
yeah.
So we took a long time to make it, but then
a lot of our free time was dedicated to creating the cards and the format that worked best. And I mean, we had a model to build it off of, so that was helpful, but getting the specific cards was really fun.
Yeah. Draw a lot on like what we experienced at a small Catholic school, kind of any sort of stereotypes that you could think of with that. And then we were also very distracted at Mass. You know, they would, during the readings, they would say something like, that would make a great card. Or
we'd see a kid like dash up to the altar and a parent grab them. We'd be like, oh, God, get that in
that's
there.
a card. That's a card.
Was that our kid? Were you guys at our Mass recently?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
they like to book it to the altar. Full speed.
Yeah, so that was very fun, very distracting. A lot of the cards are, if they're really specific, they're probably some story from our life. So it'll be kind of fun. So if we're playing it we've honestly only played this game a couple times, which is kind of crazy to say. But when we were playing it with my family, I'd be like, "That was you. This one's you."
Yeah.
Okay, so explain how the card game works for people who haven't played it.
Sure. So it's the technical term is a prompt and answer style game. So you play a prompt card. I happen to have one right here. So it's like blank keeps me from prayer. And so there's the judge of the round who plays this. And then everyone else that's playing has white cards in their hand that have different answers on them. you play those, and then the judge then reads them aloud.
Well, you play one from your hand,
Yeah.
whichever one is the most applicable to this prompt.
Right.
Mm.
You play to the judge. I mean, some people that we've played with, want like the most accurate. It's like, if this is wrong or heretical, like, no, none of that.
No.
But
No.
but if
Factual.
but some people really want the funniest, so
Mhm.
it's, you play to the judge, it's lots of different combinations. There's 400 cards, so that the game's never the same twice. So everything you can cycle through a lot. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun answers. People like to send in their card combos of ones they thought were hilarious. So this was the best one of the night.
That's fun.
We love seeing those of
Mhm.
how people are playing it.
Yeah.
Nice. Who would you say the game is for? What was designed audience?
Us when we made it.
Yeah.
So that would have been young adults. Way back when we were young adults.
Yeah.
Way
Many moons ago.
when
In-
we only
in
had
our
one
youth.
kid.
Yeah.
Back in our youth.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, we made it for college-aged people because we had just graduated, and that's kind of who we had in mind. But anyone
That's
can play
awesome.
it. Anyone can
Yeah.
play it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I from like I went to business school, so from like the consumer audience side of it, like as a young adult Catholic, I truly believe that we are being underserved of what's out there for us, especially people that love their faith. So many things are educational and directed at kids, or very academic in terms of like books and things. And there's a time and a place for all those things. But for young adults who love their faith, whether they're converts or they grew up in it and know it and live it, there's nothing for us to partake in. So that's where this game really, I wanted it to fit in, is that Catholics can get together, they can build and strengthen their Catholic friendships, and they can play a game that will just be okay for them to play. Like, there's lots of games out there. It's like, we can try this. Oh, maybe we should stop. Or so this is.
Also, Catholics are weirdos. Like, I'm just going to be honest. We're a bunch of weirdos. And so we're definitely playing to that. Like, let's have some fun. We did a ton of game nights. I had never played a board game pretty much leading up to meeting Matt. And then we just played games all the time. And they were so fun. And then you just got to see such a weird sense of humor being around tons of Catholics and different ways of life. And so, yeah, we thought we'd kind of play to that, because
I think
there
that's
are
so
many
beautiful.
things.
It is such a good point that the young adult community is so underserved. And although, like, I would argue that this is a game you can play with your family, it's a game you can play with your parents and like not feel awkward. But the reality of that population, like, needing something that we can bring joy into the faith, that we can laugh at it a little bit, or we can be like super strict on the teaching, depending on how you want to play that judge.
Right.
But I think that that's such an important part of, like, let's bring joy into the faith. Let's have fun and maybe laugh at our weirdness.
And first of all, thank you for making this. Like, what a cool ministry. It's one of the reasons why we started this YouTube channel, was to try to reach that young adult group, because I think the Catholic Church, we're good at having like religious education for growing up, and then high school youth group, and then we have college ministries, and then you graduate college, and then there's just nothing.
Yep.
Good luck. We'll see you at First Communion once you have some kids. I guess there's baptism in there.
Well, you guys are kind of a double-edged sword with that, because you're also married, and I feel like the church kind of drops off once you're married too. So you guys are providing interesting support for young adults and married couples. That's really cool.
We are definitely trying.
Sure.
So thank you for making the game. We've been able to play a couple rounds. I'll share a quick anecdotal story. It'll probably be long, but I'll try to make it quick. So a couple of weeks ago, when it was Holy Week, we had a couple of their family friends over to do a Passover, like a Seder meal. And so things were crazy. We printed this off, and we're just like, all right, I think this one will be good. We bought some lamb that I was grilling up And then, so as we're like making the food, there's, we're like, okay, yeah, we're supposed to do like this part of the meal. And so we're reading, and granted, we have like 3 or 4 families over with 12 kids, all under the age of like 6. And so we're trying, oh yeah. So we're trying to do this traditional like Jewish meal to celebrate our heritage and going through the scripture. And it is just like the Battle of the Britain.
Yeah.
They did pretty well. They did pretty well, but they were ready to eat.
Yeah. And
real food.
So finally we were just like, all right, like, let's just have the lamb. Let's do it. And so after all of that, all the kids like go run off and play. And then I looked at all the parents and I was just like, can we play the Catholic card game? And they were like, let's do it. And it was the first time we had played it, and we had a blast. So thank you for saving our Passover meal. It redeemed everything we were trying to do. And we had a bunch of fun. So that's my story.
Oh, it was perfect.
It was good.
Bunch of young adult parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for bringing it.
Yes. Now, do we want to play around?
Yeah, should we play around?
Should we do it?
Let's do it.
Give it a whirl.
Okay.
And here's another anecdotal fact.
Yeah,
I've never won this game.
Oh.
We don't often play it because it does sound weird of like
Want to play
the game we made. So we don't do that often, but when we do play, I've never actually won. Mostly because the funniest cards in the game, as you play, if there's a very funny card, Lisa wrote it. All credit goes to. I probably have 1 or 2 pretty like funny ones.
The
but
strangest cards, I would say, are mine.
Yours.
Yours are very intelligent. Matt knows a lot of the facts, and I just have the weird players.
Well, I lost miserably the last time we played it, and I think Drew won.
It's true.
So
That means you're actually a bad Catholic.
yeah. If you lose,
This rates your Catholicism level.
I mean, I think I'm more on the factual side. Is my problem. The
Drew's gonna
funny
be up
side,
there with the
not
seraphim and the
so-
Thanks, babe.
Okay.
I love it.
So we did decide before that we were going to have the girls be judges, but I did want to read how you guys in the game pick the judge. So I'll read this real quick. The person who most recently has gone to confession begins as the judge. If no one can remember the last time they confessed, take a moment and do that immediately. The judge, and then it talks about the judge is going to draw cards. So I love the way that Catholicism is kind of roped in there in a fun, playful, also / kind of making fun of you way, which I like that.
Yeah,
that's good.
Slightly judgy, kind of passive.
Yeah. I love it, dude. That is the Air Force humor right there. The dry, witty, slightly sarcastic in a funny way. Sense of humor.
Jay Fetter pilot.
Yeah.
Clearly, I missed it, but
Yeah.
I like it. All right, so Lisa is going to be the first judge,
Yes.
and so Lisa has the yellow cards. Those are for the judges, and we all have our white cards.
All right. I selected from the top.
Okay.
And it said, every Catholic girl's dream.
Ooh. Every Catholic girl's dream. Okay. Got it. Now to caveat this, normally you just slide the cards into the middle and then
To the judge,
the judge is able to pick anonymously.
Yep.
So no cheating here.
I won't favor.
Yep.
Yeah, great. This is going to work out great for me.
This is good.
Ready, Katie?
Okay. All right. So go. Here we go. I guess we can try to hold it up. We'll see if you're able to read them.
I think you should probably just read it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So every Catholic girl's dream.
Okay.
Selling my youngest sibling for a profit.
It's every Catholic girl's dream. Selling your youngest sibling for a profit.
Little girl, I don't know.
Okay.
All our babysitters probably would.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Mine is every Catholic girl's dream is speaking in a Scottish accent after watching Braveheart.
And
It's kind of like a guy, maybe a guy who does that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was going
so
for.
romantic.
that was based off of my brother. So
Nice.
all right, and then every Catholic girl's dream, Thomas Aquinas' haircut.
ooh,
Oh, those are good.
yeah. I gotta say, babe, you get this card. I do think the Thomas Aquinas haircut is hilarious.
All right, 1 point for me.
Oh, here we go. If you win my card, you officially win. But at worst case, if we're only playing 2 rounds, you
Time
tie.
for first.
Yeah.
So I feel
This
like
could
that's
be a
This
first.
could be Matt's
Yep.
first
This,
win.
this
This
is
is
it. Caught on video and everything.
That's right. Let it be known.
Yeah, let it be known.
Right.
I've won my own game.
Ready?
this
All right,
one.
we're ready.
Dun dun. Doubting Thomas wished he was known for.
Oh, Doubting Thomas wished he was known for blank. Mm.
This one's so stupid. I shouldn't say that. This one's
All right. You ready? All right. Who's going first, Judge?
Matt.
Okay.
All right. Could you read the prompt again?
Oh yes, that's a good idea.
Mhm.
Doubting Thomas wished he was known for.
Identifying too closely to young Saint Augustine.
Wish he was known for that. I guess if you're doubting Thomas, you like really can't.
It's only going up from there. So
Doubting Thomas gets a bad rap. The dude doubts once.
I know.
Forever.
One time.
Do we
Time.
have to have the doubting in there every time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like Moses isn't known as doubting Moses.
yeah.
You know, Abraham's not known
Weak-armed
as doubting
Moses.
Abraham. Yeah, that's right.
Poor Thomas.
Poor Thomas.
He's just as honest in his questioning.
That's good.
I think it's beautiful faith.
Okay.
Okay,
who's
Lisa. You want me to read it again? Doubting Thomas
Yes.
wished he was known for.
Avoiding eye contact with the person with the collection basket.
Ooh.
Wished he was known for that. That's so sad.
Anything's better than doubting Jesus.
Again, poor Thomas.
Poor Thomas.
Drew.
Ready?
Doubting Thomas wished he was known for.
Sweaty hands at the sign of peace.
Oh, poor guy. Okay, so I've got sweaty hands.
Yep.
I've got
Not making eye contact.
not making eye contact, and
Young Saint Augustine.
young Saint Augustine. I love Saint Augustine, and you know what? Saint Thomas was like redeemed because he's Saint Thomas instead of just doubting Thomas. I'm going with it because
What?
I want you to win
No.
too. I might have let you cheat. a little bit. Not really.
That's why I tell the story. It plants it in your head.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a
He's actually
pity
won. He's actually won every single time he's
every
played.
time.
Every interview.
But
Nope.
Awesome.
Let it be known.
Let it be
Drew and
known.
Katie.
You
Matt finally won his own game.
finally
We have to
won.
stop now while it's.
Yeah.
That's right. You can never play
Well,
again.
sorry.
Yeah, right.
You've made it, babe. You've peaked.
I'm peaked.
This is the crowning moment of my life.
Yeah.
Okay, so other things about the game. I know that there are some additions, versions.
Yeah, there's a lot. We have well, they're not all for sale. We've sold out of some, but we've made 8 expansion packs
Awesome.
over 3 years. We
We also have a couple in the works.
and we have a couple coming out pretty soon.
Nice.
That's coming up. So still kind of putting finishing touches on those. But our most popular one, it comes. Can you grab it?
Yeah.
Sorry, send Lisa off camera. Our most popular one is the box with 5 expansions. It comes with 5.
Ooh, nice.
And we made those with other people. We made them with Catching Foxes.
Cool.
Tomix, who is a friend of mine from college, all the cards have cartoons on it, which are really good. We made one with Matt Frad, Pints of Aquinas, Father Mike, and then The Crunch. They're another podcast,
Nice.
friends of mine.
Awesome.
This was made this was made in 2018 before I can't get in touch with half these people anymore.
Not because they wouldn't get in touch with us.
No, but they're way busier now than they were then.
Yeah,
but so
they're very generous.
So this is a super fun one. They're some of them are thematic, especially the Pints with Aquinas, a lot of Australian jokes in that one.
Nice.
So this one's really fun because of the people we got to make it with. We got to make some fun connections, and the cards are very funny in that one.
Especially if you're fans of any of those things.
It's
if it's the inside joke, it's really fun.
Right.
Like it.
We made one with Lifeteen and the other one, the Generations, which is baby boomer and millennial stereotypes.
Ooh, nice.
And the baby boomer cards are printed in larger font.
Our parents were kind of offended.
But just kind of.
They could read the cards, so we make fun of the millennials too. We deserve it too. So.
Yeah, that's fair.
They get their fair share.
Well, next time you guys do an expansion pack, let us know. I think I've got some good ones that we can throw in there. So.
We love when people send cards ideas. They're so cool. They're great.
There's only so much we can do in a year.
Sure.
But I really want to do like just a completely fan made expansion pack.
That would be cool.
And just have a bunch of people, just everybody submit something and see how. I don't know how we would do that. That's all. Yeah. That's future because we've got 2 expansion packs coming out pretty soon, and then a new game coming out. We also did one short expansion pack. I don't know if this one's available anymore, but we did this Casting Stones one. No, it's not.
Okay, so yeah, it was just this short little blip, and there were these stress balls that were shaped like rocks, and depending on different gameplay, you would get to throw the stress balls at each other and cast the stone at the brethren, and it was really fun. But we had kind of a hilarious accident with the shipping because our toddler accidentally packed a remote in our shipping box, and someone reached out and was like, "Is this your remote?
Yeah, you
mail it back?
Are you missing your TV remote?" Now that you mention it,
is this part of the game? How does
this connect to this? That's awesome.
Yeah, that was another expansion. So sometimes we do just little short-lived ones.
Yeah, and you also might get a free gift.
Yeah, a free remote.
So you never know what might get thrown in.
Yep.
Thank you guys so much for coming on, for telling us about this. Where can people follow you, connect with you?
Yeah, so best way would be to join our email list. I do a lot of kind of personal communication via email. We also have last plug a great way to get on the email list is to download. We have a free game that we made with Tomix. He drew for it. If you go to game.boardcatholic.com.
We'll link that below in the description.
Board with like a board game.
Is the COVID one still available?
No.
Quarantine one? Okay.
No. Oh, we have charades too. We made a charades generator on our website.
Nice.
But yeah, there's a free game you can download, a print and play. And then that's also on our website, but at catholiccardgame.com. But yeah, we do not annoyingly email communication, but we find it to be more personal that way and we can communicate better with people. So we're on Instagram and Facebook as well.
Cardinal Society.
Yes. Oh, and we have a secret game hidden on the website.
What?
Like a little Easter egg hunt.
And if you kind of crack the code,
then you join a secret society. You get a free gift. So
I know what I'm doing for the rest of the night.
Some people will be like, "This took me hours."
Yeah, some people get very frustrated. But that's there. So there's a couple hidden stuff on the site. I like to have fun with that. Yeah, that's another way to kind of get in touch. But
there's also one more thing you do, which is called the Faithful Few, that I think is pretty cool. And that is Matt does the majority of this stuff. I support him. But Matt has created this group called the Faithful Few, and that is the people who have purchased everything, which is also Catholics who don't do anything, which is another game of ours. They're part of the Faithful Few, and they are included in different surveys and different ideas and different he's done gameplay testing with them, and
Nice, cool.
the faithful few are great.
Yeah, that's like our most personal communication. So there's different ways to join that.
And we're very grateful for anyone who supports the game. It's our livelihood. So
it is.
That's awesome. Thank you guys so much for coming on and for sharing this resource with us.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, you guys are a blast.
Thank you guys. For all of our viewers, again, we will link everything in the description below. So please check out the Catholic card game. Get the game. It's so much fun. I can't say enough about how awesome it is. So Matt and Lisa, again, thank you guys so much. For all of our viewers, we are praying for you guys. Until next time, God bless.